9:41, everybody. Not all relationships are the same. And on OWN's new dating series, The Never Ever Mets, you will watch 7 couples involved in relationships. Here's a clip.
Each of you are all here today because you have one thing in common. You all are in a relationship with somebody you have never met in person before. But all of that's gonna change. Each of you will finally get to meet your person in person, and not only that, you'll be living with your person. What's the worst that can happen?
Ooh, a lot. Trust me. And there in the middle of it all is the host, rapper, and actress Taronda Jones, who is here with us here on the Pix 11 Morning News.
Good
What's
morning.
happening?
This show is crazy. I mean, these couples have all been dating virtually, some for a few months, some for years, as many as 12 years. First of all, this is mind-blowing. To talk about how they all get together after being apart for so long.
So my job is to bring all these couples into the real world versus them dating virtually, to see if their connection could withstand in the real world versus behind the screen. And when I tell you it was a crazy show,
Okay.
my goodness.
Here's the thing. Why haven't they met yet? Like, if some of them are dating for over a decade, what are they doing?
Listen, so some of their excuses were timing. Some people couldn't get to one, but I did have a couple who lived in the same city. I said, well, why you just couldn't drive the 30, 40 minutes? But if you live in LA, it's a thing where
Yep, on the
they
other
don't
side
like
of
to
the mountain.
drive to the other side. But if I like you enough, I'm gonna do a hop, skip, and jump.
Right.
If I love you, if I like you enough. So I think their excuses were absurd, but
Yeah.
to each his own.
Right.
Yeah, he was saying something about being afraid, like he was nervous and didn't want to ruin a good thing by being virtual. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
I think people are so used to living in this la-la fantasy land that we actually forgot how to connect and date. We all know it's a little boo-boo in the dating pool. So everybody is just absurd with the dating right now. It's not that hard, but we make it extremely hard.
So, as you're the host of the show, what is your job in terms of bringing them together?
Well, besides being cute,
Yeah,
I
that's for
am
sure.
the voice of reason.
Yeah.
I am basically their dating expert. I'm
Okay.
just there to help them navigate
Right.
through everything, to make sure that the space is safe and everything is just cohesive.
What
and
are they
making
thinking when they
everybody
first see each other? Are they like, oh my gosh, that's what you look like from the neck down?
I know, filters are a thing, and I've seen some of the pictures that were sent to some folks, and I was like, who's who? Because I don't recognize some of them. But I think some couples were excited to see one another. Some couples was like, yeah, not what I was expecting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to give away too much for those who have not watched it, but are there any possible success stories? Because you're thinking, I mean, after this,
Absolutely, of course.
it can work.
Yeah, if you say so, yeah.
Has it taught you anything, kind of watching them go through it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I've learned more patience watching them, and also learning how to extend grace on a whole nother level. My empathy has gone to a whole nother level when it comes to just putting myself in the other person's shoes and making sure I'm extending grace. Because every reason why this person did what they did or why this person said what they said, I know we're all battling issues, and I know since 2020, coming out of COVID, actually connecting with people has been a bit of a strain.
Yeah.
So it's just giving people grace, extending grace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at the end of the show, do we? I don't want to. I haven't watched the whole thing. So, can we at least say that some people have a nice, happily ever
Yeah,
after
you're gonna
story?
happily never after.
I'm gonna ask.
Happily never after.
I gotta figure. I'm trying to word the question for morning television here. These people have never met,
Yeah.
No.
right? And they're all in one house.
Yeah.
Is the house at night quiet?
As far as
Because they've never met, so now they're meeting for the first
oh,
time.
like
so,
ooh,
If the rooms in, if
So
the
we
doors
had
and
an intimacy,
beds are rocking,
intimacy
don't come and knock
suite.
it.
Oh, you had an intimacy suite.
I call it the
Oh.
boom boom room.
The boom boom
That
room.
better.
There's a boom boom room for them to get their groove on if need be. I know a lot of folks were saying this show felt over-sexualized, but I think they missed the point. The reason why we do these activities is to show intimacy on a whole nother level. We think
part of a
intimacy,
relationship.
We think intimacy is touching, kissing, loving. No, it's actually into me, see. So we do these activities so that it is more than just physical touch. It's actually connecting.
Right.
What does eye contact look like? What is actually, maybe I could feel what you feel. It's just
Yeah.
on a deeper level, and I think we miss that. People miss
Yeah.
the whole part of intimacy.
Okay, so since you were on this relationship show, we want to see what your relationship cue is here, okay? So what are the 3 things that you look for in a partner?
So I look for a leader. I am one of those women who has a lot going on. I'm always doing for the community. I'm always working. I'm always flying here and there. And when I get home, I just want to just release and relax. I don't want to have to be in leadership mode. I want somebody to lead for me. Another thing is I want a mission-driven man. I want a man who has a plan. I'm the one who's always planning. I'm the one who's always doing. I want a man with a plan. And I also want somebody who's compassionate. Consider me. I like to think that I'm a person who has a lot of empathy. I want somebody to just consider me.
Yeah.
Even if it just means I just want to tell you I love you. Because my love of language is affirmations, of course, words of affirmation. Tell me I'm beautiful.
Yes!
I like to hear it a
You
lot.
are beautiful.
Stop before
What
we go
are
together.
3 relationship deal breakers?
I don't like a selfish person.
Okay.
Selfish, hygiene, of course. That's very important. And I like a person who believes in a higher power. If you don't believe in anything, then I don't what we doing? What we doing? Because we wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is the best date you've been on?
The best date I've ever been on, there was this guy who took me, I remember telling him, I said, because he asked me, what do I want? What am I looking for? And I said, I just want my horse and carriage. I want a fairy tale. I want to be swept away like Cinderella. And then about a week later in Chicago, that's where I'm from, went to Navy Pier. And I remember praying to God, I said, God, listen, I'm going to know who my husband is because he's going to take me to these 3 spots, the Navy Pier, the Bean, and the Water Tower, because I've never been there. And it's my city. He took me to Navy Pier and took me on a horse and carriage ride.
Wow.
He's not my husband.
I was
like,
gonna
you
say,
didn't make it to the
how did it end?
He's not my husband, so thanks a lot. Thanks a
Okay.
lot, but he's not my husband. But it was a very beautiful day. He listened and lets
Okay.
me know he
That's
considered me and my thoughts. So
Have you
it's
been to the
beautiful.
Bean yet?
No.
Okay, you want to
Well,
go?
that.
I was listening to your list.
Yes.
Listen, I'm from Chicago. I got some friends, single friends over
There
there.
you go.
So I'll let you know.
Are we playing back? Who's the dating expert? Who's the voice of reason?
Teresa, we love you. The
Thank
show is
you.
great.
Thank you.
Great.
Yes.
So entertaining, really is.
Great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.